morning, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Ross. Now, in Ontario, the Ontario College of Trades, which administered a lot of stuff to do with the trades for the motive power sector, didn't have a great reputation. And frankly, a lot of folks in the industry had really given up on it. Now, it's my pleasure today to have a very special guest. We have the Honorable Monte McNaughton, the Minister of Labour, Training and Skills Development on. Ontario has just launched the replacement for the Ontario College of Trades, the Ontario Skilled Trades Agency. So, Monte, welcome to the podcast.
Well, Andrew, great to be with you. And I have to just say from the top, I'm excited to be with you because I grew up in an auto parts store. Our family sold car parts to, garages and dealerships in our local area. So this is right at home for me.
That's excellent. So, we have this new agency, as I mentioned, the Ontario College of Trades that was in place before. Frankly, a lot of folks in the industry had kind of given up on it. It seemed to be largely irrelevant, a bit of a pain in the butt just to pay your fees, and that was about it. How is this new agency is it different, and how is it going to help?
Yeah, well, we really want to bring the skilled trades into the 21st century. My mission is to end the stigma around the trades, simplify the apprenticeship system, and to encourage employers to bring on apprentices. The launch of Skilled Trades Ontario is really around that second pillar to simplify the apprenticeship system. Under the former government, under the Liberals, when they brought in the Ontario College of Trades, there was actually a 40% decrease in apprenticeship registrations. That means 17,000 fewer people in the skilled trades today, just really because of the complex system that we had in Ontario under OCOT. So Skilled Trades Ontario is really about simplifying the apprenticeship system, making it easier to navigate and easier to recruit young people into the trades.
Maybe we could dig into that just a little bit. I mean, what a couple of examples of how it's going to streamline that process?
Well, I've said, the apprenticeship system in Ontario, I always compare it to the Tokyo subway map. It was just very complex. Young people, parents, and guidance counselors really didn't know how to navigate the system and to really know what the pathways were into the different trades. So the Skilled Trades Ontario is going to be a one-stop shop for young people to register for apprenticeships, to connect employers to future apprentices. Again, it's just really about having a one-window approach to the skilled trades.
Right. Now, when I'm talking to, folks in the trade, obviously, as we had mentioned, the College of Trades, had its issues. As one person who owns a couple of shops mentioned to me, but I can handle kind of crappy government agencies. That's not a problem. My big issue is getting good apprentices that are trained and ready to enter the workforce. And that's a continuing concern. And all shop owners tell me they have, 2-year apprentices coming in, and they see, kind of how ill prepared they are to actually work in the bays. This, new agency is really part of an overall strategy for the apprenticeships in Ontario. But what's being done to, help kind of connect the training with the needs of the industry, particularly in kind of motive power, is where obviously our biggest concern here.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I've spent a lot of time, for example, at Centennial College, who's, training our future automotive technicians and auto body painters and a lot of the automotive trades doing great work there. Two of the major things that we're doing and I'm leading, number one, we're introducing the skilled trades as early as kindergarten, really to, tell young people that there's more than 140 different trades to choose from, including those great careers in automotive trades. But secondly, and I think this is going to be game changing for the trades, in September of last year, we sent in dozens of recruiters into every high school across the province to get into those grade 9, grade 10 classes to really compete head on with university recruiters. I've been very clear that You don't have to go to university to be successful in life. There's other pathways, such as the skilled trades. I mean, we all know people in the trades making good money, starting their own businesses. As Premier Ford says, when you have a trade, you have a job for life, and it's true. We're facing a critical labor shortage here in Ontario. 1 in 3 people today in the trades is over the age of 55. So we really do have this looming crisis in front of us. So it's all hands on deck. One of the things Skilled Trades Ontario is going to lead is the marketing and promotion of the trades. So, sending that message to parents, to young people, to educators that there's great careers in the automotive trades and all the other trades.
Sure. I mean, that's kind of a great marketing piece there, and that. But are the things being done to really kind of facts on the ground, kind of up the level of the skills training, both at colleges and what I'm hearing too is to start that earlier, into the high schools. And it's going to take some money, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're spending $1.5 billion over 4 years to modernize and to promote the skilled trades. I mean, when you think back to the last government, we're spending $1.1 billion more. So that's how much of a priority it is. Changing the education curriculum to introduce the trades as early as kindergarten, sending recruiters in. We also want, shop teachers to have a background in the skilled trades. We're educating guidance counselors. We're also, really encouraging employers to bring on apprentices. We want to ensure that young people are getting the full scope of the trade, the hours to complete their apprenticeship. And for employers out there, I mean, the incentives are huge. $17,000 per apprentice that they bring on. That's what the eligible incentive is for employers. So again, the government's really leading Canada here in Ontario to encourage the skilled trades for people.
Sure. I mean, as difficult as you mentioned as it was for the apprentices or prospective apprentices to navigate the way the system was previously, I mean, it was pretty difficult for the employers too to kind of access some of those programs in one level or another that were already there. Is the new agency going to help on that front as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And when you asked me about training, I mean, under the Ontario College of Trades, there were curriculums that hadn't been updated in a decade and a half. We all know in the trades, especially in the automotive trades, the technological changes. So we're going to ensure that Skilled Trades Ontario is responsive to industry needs, and they're going to be creating advisory committees made up of industry and employers, so they have input into the curriculum and the standards that are being taught.
Sure. Now, one of the concerns that was mentioned to me, previously and more recently, and just looking in to prepare for this, was the fact that, I mean, there are a lot of different trades. Some have higher demands for training than others. I think it's fair to state that the folks who are training to be technicians, the bar is pretty high. I mean, these are critical functions. A lot of safety aspects required. How can folks who are in the industry make sure, whether through participation or feedback, to ensure that what comes out of this is not sort of a one-size-fits-all kind of approach, that the specific level and concerns and needs of this industry are being met?
Yeah, I know this industry is certainly a priority for Skilled Trades Ontario. Look, I'm not a believer in one size fits all. We've created Skilled Trades Ontario to be a very nimble, a small government, one-stop approach. No more ping-ponging between the ministry and the skilled trades body. It's all going to be done through Skilled Trades Ontario. I do invite everyone to visit skilledtradesontario.ca. They've launched, for example, a digital portal. So we're eliminating wet logbooks, those old logbooks that I know many of the listeners are used to. So everything will be done digitally. The second big improvement that I should have mentioned earlier, but under OCOT, it took 60 days on average to register to become an apprentice. Our goal is to have that down to 12 days. So that's going to be one of the biggest changes. Again, it's to be very nimble, responsive to employers and tradespeople. The other thing that we did eliminate all apprenticeship fees. That was a big beef with OCOT, and we cut journey persons' fees in half.
Right, right. These are all, they sound like positive moves. You'll have to forgive me if I take a bit of a wait and see. Let's see how it goes. I think a lot of folks, because of their experience, are going to take a little while to say, okay, well, let's see how it's going, even if they're kind of hopeful. Now, one of the aspects of OCOT that was sort of pushed by the wayside as it was preparing to wind down was the area of enforcement. Now, while it's not the happy kind of end of things, it does make a difference to a lot of folks who are in the industry, have made the investments in apprentices and want to make sure that the apprenticeship program works properly. Where does enforcement fall now with the new agency?
Yeah, we heard loud and clear just how politicized OCOT became. We were, campaigned in the last election on ending the Ontario College of Trades, which we've done. It closed its doors on December 31st of 2021. The compliance and enforcement is now being handled by the Ministry of Labor inspectors, the health and safety inspectors. Last year, we hired 100 more inspectors, so there's just over 500. So they're going to go out to workplaces and job sites, ensuring that health and safety requirements are being met, but they also will have the ability to enforce the trades and ensure that in compliance and enforcement mechanisms are in place. And so that'll be the job of the Ministry of Labor inspectors.
Great. So just before we go, I know your time is short. Is there any kind of overall overarching message you'd like to leave folks in the trade with?
First, I want to thank you for everything you're doing. I believe strongly that tradespeople and employers are the backbone of our communities. By 2025, here in Ontario, 1 in 5 jobs are going to be in the skilled trades. And I am on a mission to spread opportunity more widely across the province. I just don't think we need to be telling every young person that they have to go to university. Careers in the skilled trades are meaningful, they're lucrative. When you have a trade, you have a job for life, as I said earlier. But there's also huge opportunities to start your own business, to hire people, to really build stronger communities. So I want to thank everyone, and please, spread the word about these great opportunities that are out there.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you very much, Minister. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll catch you next time on the podcast. Be well.